Hello everyone on YouTube. I'm going to take and do a review on the Harbor Freight Disc Rust Reformer. It's supposed to take and neutralize the rust in your metal. Before and after picture on the can. And the chassis and grill paint, satin black I bought. What I'm working on here as a subject is this bumper that came off this van I've been working on. It's rusty and that. Now on the rust reformer, it says on the can to take, and you can remove all the loose rust and dirt and flaky metal with the wire brush. I'm going to use, which I'll show you, a little bit more involved in that. I'm going to use a wire wheel and an angle grinder. Plus, I'm going to take initially to knock the rust loose the air needle scale. So let's get started. Alright, before we get real serious here, I'll give you a real good close-up of this. As you can see, it's pretty scaly and rusty. Actually, what I want to start with is this fella and knock some of the real loose flaky rust off of it. Alright, give you a quick demonstration of this air needle scaler. Like I say, it's a noisy tool. Sort of a glorified air chisel, which you could probably take this if you had an air chisel and switch the end around, but just take and hold it against the straight there and you can see it really knocks that rust loose. I'm just going to complete doing the rest of the real scaly spots, and then we'll go do the wire wheel on the grinder. Alrighty, finished with the, like I say, the needle scaler. I'm fairly satisfied. And we're going to take, and you can't really do this enough times before we go do the wire brush, and we'll be doing this a few more. I'm going to take some of this wax and grease remover and wipe this bumper down. Now how I would do this is take two rags works best, and just take one of them. Actually, I'll switch rags next time around and just pour some on it there, and then just start wiping it with one of them. Just do a little spot here to demonstrate, and then take the other one and wipe it till it's dried up, and then just repeat that over the whole surface that you're working on. Alrighty, now we're going to take the grinder with the wire wheel on it to it, with wearing full eye protection as face shield, because you use the guard on it when you're doing this. It hits the guard. And I did have a bad experience, it's been about 10 years ago, with a wire wheel and a drill, so, and then just start taking. And just work that, like I say, you'll see it's starting to shine up there and clean it up. It's just the rusty spots where it's still like guys the paint on it you don't have to do. We'll get to that next step. Alrighty, we finished wire brushing it. Wipe it down again like we showed. And we're going to take now, almost ready to put the rust reformer on it, but one more step in between. Alright, before we put the rust reformer to it, I'm just going to run over here with this little electric palm sander, piece of 100 grit paper. I do have an air sander, but this is smaller and works better around the corners, and just go over the whole bumper, the painted part and all. Just sort of get like that, just scuff it all up and then re-wipe it down like we've been, and then we're ready for the rust reformer. Now, right, we're ready to put our rust reformer on. Sanded the last like we showed, wiped it down, and you're supposed to shake the cam. Well, I've been standing here shaking it for about 2 minutes. So I'm saying we're going to go ahead and go do this. Over now on the rust reformer, just over the rusty parts. Not going to do the whole bumper. Now the paint, we will be doing the whole bumper. And you're to hold it about 10 to 12 inches from the surface and overlap your cuts. And it's supposed to be dry to the touch in 3 to 4 hours. So I'm going to finish doing that and we're going to see how it turns out. Alrighty, it's been 3 hours, maybe a little bit more since I put this on, the first coat. I'm going to take now and do a second coat as suggested. And by then it's 7 o'clock in the evening here. I'm going to let it sit overnight and then we're going to finish up with putting that paint on. But I'm liking what I see right now. It did seem, again, it's not rusty looking. Although it did clean it very well. First, like I say, this will work. Rusty bumpers, rusty frame, rusty wheels, whatever you're working on, it serves multi-purpose. Alright, there it is cured overnight. And it seems to have, did as it promised, neutralized it. It's like a gray surface. And you can see like here where I sanded to the bare metal, I sprayed over it and it didn't turn it anything, so there is definitely a chemical reaction where it hits the rusty metal. So let's take here and we're going to go and put the top coating on it next. Alrighty, now we're going to install our chassis and grille paint. This pretty much conventional, shake hands for about 2 minutes, and this does have an agitator ball unlike the rust reformer. And we just want to take and nice smooth strokes there about 10 inches away, and then just overlap them and then just do that. And I'm probably going to put 3 coats on it. And it says allow 10 minutes to dry between coats and to apply all the coats within an hour. Alrighty, it's been an hour since I put this on. I only used 2 coats. I brought it out here in the light so you can get a good look. I'm real pleased on the results. Unfortunately, at least in my case, you're not going to see it once it's done because this gets covered with a piece of plastic there. This is the metal brace. But there's a plastic bumper cover that goes over it. You can get some different shots of it. But that's, like I say, I feel it did a good job. Like I say, I hope you enjoyed this, you found it helpful. And like I say, be sure to check out my other videos, and we're going to try posting regularly my new and upcoming videos. Thank you for watching, and any questions, comments, put them below, and please consider subscribing.